I don't get what you don't understand. I signed you, but because you're a foreign player, there is registration rules in place, and I can only register so many of you. So you're just going to have to deal in the under-23s, okay? It's not that complex. I don't understand what you don't get about it. What is so complex about it? Oh, go on then, just cry. Yeah, go on. Get back to training. Bloody kids. I've done it! I have completed the game! I got a coaching qualification! Woo! Greetings and salutations, my friends. We have much to talk about. I finally plucked up the courage this morning to check the comments on the video where I kind of lost it and talked about Patreon and stuff. And I'll talk more about Patreon at the end. I know there's lots of people that don't give a shit about it, so I'll just save that to the end, right? There's been stuff happened. Yeah, so I got a bit emotional reading those comments, and then I went to check on Friday's videos, comments, and reading through them about my human trafficking, which was nice. So it was nice. It was a nice balance. I got emotional. Yeah, so that's great. Right, the transfer window has closed. I have done very well. I've only signed one more Brazilian child. So I think that's good. Now, I was wondering if, I don't know even if this is in the game, but I'm assuming when in training, I guess this is probably not in the game, but in training, I'm assuming like, they mix up a bit more and stuff like that. And I don't think it's good for our first team to be playing our under-21s because I think they're going to get smashed. And then I was like, who are the under-21s playing, right? I want to see how they're doing. They just play one other team, the local team. We just, every week, every couple of weeks or whatever, just play each other. The under-19s, under-21s, just mix it up a bit, but no other teams really, just playing each other. So we'll see how the next friendly goes tomorrow. But yeah, so didn't do any more transfers, didn't lose anybody, which is the most important thing. And the good thing is, squad registration day. Scary when you've got 10 Brazilian wonder kids expecting to be in the team. And only 2 were annoyed that they weren't registered. I suppose because they're youngsters as well. A lot of them are sort of breakthrough talent, so I guess it's not too big a deal. But we calmed that down. Everybody seems to be okay. I did look at teams' dynamics, and it is a bit bottom heavy. I don't think we could lose this guy if his legs fell off at this point. He's holding the team together somewhat. Johnny and Forrest Gump just hanging out. Oh, that's good. There's a cool social group. That's nice. And we've got plenty of support. So it's not too bad. It's all going okay. And I think I've only played 1 or 2 games. Cheeky little draw and then a win. We won Manager of the Month. We're sitting third in the league. It's all going rather well. I've just got a coaching course. We've got $1.5 million in the bank. The only thing that could really go wrong is something happening with all my children. Right? But saying that, as somebody pointed out in the comments, which is actually very true, I'm playing with all these kids and bringing in, because I don't do that sort of thing. I don't really play that way, and so I thought it'd be fun. But I know many of you that do, so you were like, what's he worried about? I do this all the time. I just stockpile children from other countries. That's fine. You do you. Right. Your thing's actually really good, which means Forrest Gump doesn't necessarily. I can't drop the monk. He's got 15 goals, but we'll keep it as is. Gives Fabrizio some time anyway because we need him, because otherwise he's going to kick up with us. The only real position like I said before, we're missing is this left back position. But other than that, we've got a good team, and we've got some decent young backups. Is there a rule? Is there in England, it's like if you've trained in the nation when you're under 18 for X amount of years, you become will they eventually all become Chinese? Okay. And another fun fact, if I was to sell any of these players for £5 million or over, right? Because this is because China, they will tax me 100% on that sale. 100%. Which is incredible. That's also a nasty tax, that. Some would argue it's not even worth working if you're taxed 100%. Right, your thing. Being the merciless into Johnny round the corner, the monk dropping deep in the hole. Fabrizio, Johnny, I totally forgot the other day to do the match of the day commentary because I was excited about Brazilian children, so I got confused. Okay, lovely passing and moving, guys. Let's see something a bit more. That looks offside, Monk. Oh my God, he's disgustingly good. We've gone in this journeyman save of not being able to hit a barn door. And the Monk is just a beast. He was quite a bit offside, though. Yeah, he went a tiny bit too early. Encourage. Come on, boys. Started well. Where are they? Billows sitting in 10th. Okay. Talk amongst yourselves. Have a good weekend. What'd you get up to? Anything nice? We're going to go on. It's right before half time. Number Wang. It's a good name for a player, to be fair. Number Wang is good. Put on a real show. Okay, go on then. Now I want to sub off the Monk. Because we've got the... No, he's fine. Monk, go do your thing, Monk. Okay. Go! Show me something, lads! They're hanging on. They're probably using the low block. Everybody bangs on about nowadays, isn't it? Low block. Like it never existed before. All right, Wang Fang. For a bit show. Lovely ball in. The Monk on the... Should have scored it. Oh, you Wang Fang. Oh, and Jan's coming off. Peng's coming on. It's all kicking off. Right, Gump. Oh, you have to do it in order. Okay. Right, so... We'll have... You... Big you... And then you can come on there. I know you're tired, Johnny, but you kind of run the show. All right, we'll unleash the Chen Chi, the boss man. Because we don't want, like, he's doing all right for us, but we also don't want him to get him upset because he's our captain, team leader, the only one with any influence in this entire fucking club, right? So he needs to be happy. It's important. Let's go. Just go! Don't sucker punch. Do not do it. Interesting position of the goalkeeper. Please be offside. Please, for the love of God, be offside, because that goalkeeper, I'm going to punch him in the fucking tit. Oh, dear God, why are you standing here? Why are you standing on the penalty spot? I'm losing me fucking marbles here. Why are you standing on the penalty spot from a free kick from there? I'm so confused. It's not like he was walking. He hasn't moved. Just now, as the guy hoofs it, it's 10 yards in the air, and my goalkeeper's now just going, probably should go back to the goal, maybe try and make a save. So he's backpedaling, and then look at this. Oh, Sonny, you're never playing free again. I'm sorry. That is absolutely ridiculous. Is he having a chat with his teammates or something? Are we going to lose this game 2-0? We fucking are as well, aren't we? Oh, he's made a wonder save. Don't care. That was fucking shit. Nothing changes. Oh, God. Did the hard bit. Okay, good. Okay. Well, I hope you all enjoyed seeing that goalkeeper, because you won't be seeing them again. I'm taking them out back. Transfer window is over. Nothing weird has happened. That was just a weird freak performance. And Tian was missing as well, and he's been one of our best providers. So that's what I'm going to use as my excuse. Okay. Right. I'm worried. It should be okay, right? You can only recall these people in players in cannot be termed. Okay, good. Because they're complaining because instead of playing him as a winger on the left, I'm playing him as a winger on the left, slightly further forward, and they're like, oh no, he's. I'm like, come on, it's the same position. It's just like a little bit further forward. Okay. Bai's coming in because Song's playing shite. Let's rotate these guys up. Keep playing Gupeng. Sonny, almost forgot to drop you. Unless, to be fair, unless Jackie comes in and does shite. And then all is forgiven, Sonny. It could have been like the sun, blindness. That's why he thought he was standing next to his goal. That's... No. Come on, boys. Right. Last game was just a massive, massive blip. If we played that 10 times, we would have won that 9, right? So, don't worry about it, boys. That's it, forcing them back. Easy for Peng. Johnny plays the ball through the middle. The monk is on. Go on. Unlucky monk. Warm up, warm up. It's done well, though. There were some weird fucking penalties at the weekend, wasn't there? In the real football. Like the Jota one's not a fucking penalty. The Harry Kane one, for me, it's a Harry Kane foul. I know he doesn't really push him hard. But we've all been there mucking about with mates and stuff, or playing football, five-a-side or whatever, and you're running, and it doesn't take much. He does put a hand on him. The annoying thing is he probably did that automatically, because that's what you do to try and gain a bit of space between you and the defender. Oh, but there was actually... He played the ball back so well and so nicely that he was gone anyway. He didn't even need to, which is a shame and stuff. But, yeah, weird shit going on in the football. I don't understand. Because I like VAR. Right? I love VAR. Right? And I'm not even being ironic. I love VAR. The trouble is, VAR is controlled by humans. And humans by their nature are just fuckwits and stupid and dumb and biased and lazy and might not be paying attention. Because there's something that's like, what was the one? I think it was, I can't remember which game it was. Was it Mane who got his foot stood on or something? There was one, like, I can't remember what game it was. Somebody got their foot stood on and taken away in the box, and it was just not even really looked at. And it was just a penalty. And I'm like, it's all well and good having the technology, but all the technology does is allowed... Let's say we can all agree that referees aren't very good in this country, right? That's a polite way of doing it, right? All you're doing is adding more referees that get to watch the TV replays. They're still the same referees making bad decisions. When you've got a human element, that's the bit that could potentially fall down. Yep. Johnny's having a poor game. Like, go Gumpy. Go on then, Gumps. In this incredibly dull game. At least it didn't feel like hard done by that we've had 3 XG and 20 shots. All right, well, that's not how this episode was supposed to go at all. People, read the room. Where's the script? Come on. I've already got a point from the last 2. It's okay. Overall, for a team that's supposed to stay up this season, we're doing all right. We've got a coaching badge. Finally, we've got money in the bank. We've got potential investment, which is great. You know, what we could do is at the end of the season, have a look, see if we want to keep any. Mind you, they might all be upset by the time the end of the season comes around. But we can see who's done well, who's developed. It's great. It's like Squid Game. But instead of like, you know, killing them when they lose, we send them off back to Brazil or wherever, you know. Eventually there'll be one guy that we actually really like and keep. Right. Before we go today, I've got to firstly say thank you to some new patrons. I might have had a little cry. Willem Willemson, Matt Colley, Robert Canals, Colin Gartshaw, Alistair Davidson, Sinkis, Shane Power, Dutch Act, Prince 5450, Rob, hopefully it's not his PIN number, Rob Fermoy, Whopperino up to his pledge, Alexi Chornabay, that's not right, Simon Holpin, Legistio Shinda, I think I've made that same mistake, exactly the same. Thank you for upping your pledge. Josh Salter, Brad M, El Gordo, Greg Butzek, Sebastian Van Glossen, Brian Murphy, son of Eddie, Luke Ward, if you didn't know that, fun fact, he's a fan of the channel. Luke Jass upped his pledge. Trey Bone, The Wanderer, Morton Tangvik Ash, Lardlad upped his pledge. Darian, Peter Henchy, Daniel Brearley, Brandon Hallas, and Luke Taylor have all joined the Patreon family or up to their pledge. And I know why, because of my stuff last, it was not very good at this stuff, you might have noticed. I'm glad I talked about it. It kind of got away from me when I was chatting about Patreon, by the way. Like, I thought I'll bring up the idea of a target and just sort of mention it. And then I kind of went off the rails a bit and sort of talked about some of my own stupidity and weird anxieties and stuff like that. And I don't regret it. I think it's really important to talk about our weirdness and anxieties, because if we all talk about our weirdness, it doesn't make it weird. Stops being weird. I've got a weird sunlight coming in. Right? So I couldn't watch it back. When I was editing, I knew that bit. I was like, okay, yeah, I know that's fine. I'm not going to look at that. It is what it is. But I just want to say thank you very much. And there was a couple of questions also that I wanted to answer as well that was in the comments. One was like sort of talking about, you know, I shouldn't be asking for money for like a target for Patreon for a series and stuff like this. And that's fine. That's totally up to you. But like, that is what that is designed for. So the whole point of Patreon, those sort of targets for YouTubers, for content creators, is hit X target, we'll do X. Like Alana Pierce, who's a games journalist that I watch, she's got a Patreon and she just had a goal for if she hit so much, she was going to do a podcast about writing in video games. And then if she hit so much, she was going to do a podcast about music in video games, or, you know, voice acting in video games and stuff like that. And that's what it is for. One of my biggest thing with Patreon has always been and will always be, nobody gets extra stuff because they paid for it. So if you give me a $5, you don't get more stuff than the guy that gives me $0. I've talked about this ad nauseum. It doesn't need to be going over, right? And this still works that way. That's why I think I'm going to do it. I've grown some balls over the weekend, and I'm going to put I don't know what it is yet. I'll work it out. And also not imagine. I thought you can have a target, right? And then the series only goes while the target it's above the target. Imagine that. It's like, sorry lads, it's dropped below the target. So until you no, that's not. I'll set a target and we hit that figure. It won't be that much more because you've all been so generous already. So I'm not going to sort of stick it at $5,000 or something. It just gives me security, and it means I can. And I want to do a one club save because you know how much I love one club saves, and it just it makes it financially viable. So let's say it takes 4 hours a day for the one club save, 4 hours of my day. So that has to, you know, make money. Otherwise, I should be better off spending that 4 hours, you know, somewhere else. You know what I mean? But yeah, so it kind of works. So, but I just wanted to say, like, thank you for, like I said, honestly, because, you know, I recorded it on Thursday and I knew I had to do this video this morning, and I was like, okay, I need to do a Patreon update. I need to go sit through the comments, have a cup of tea. And I found it's weird because I know you guys. You can turn off if you don't care, by the way. It's fine. I know so many of you. I recognise so many regular comments from like 4 or 5 years now. And I know how supportive you are. And I'm very lucky in that I very rarely get trolls in my channel. Remember that one guy that was trying to offer me for a fight in Sweden? Was it Sweden or Norway or Denmark? And I'm very lucky in that response. But I don't know, there's always part of you when you sort of are vulnerable a bit that some, you know, people might think you're being manipulative, like I'm acting to get money or whatever and stuff like that. There's always that part of you that does that, I think. Probably same goes for everybody that makes videos. But I just want to say thank you, and it was lovely. And reading through, I haven't read through all the comments because I need to record this. I read through the first bit of it and had a little cry, and then watch some comments about human trafficking to balance things out. But yeah, just want to say thank you for the support. As always, it's huge. I am forever in your debt, and I will forever be in your debt. I'll let you know about the goal or whatever. But if you've got, because if you're this far into the video, I know that you're one of the hardcore, right? Because you've just listened to me waffle about bollocks for 5 minutes, right? So I'll ask the question here. What one club do we do? What little club? A proper Accrington Stanley or whatever. You know, give me some ideas as to something. Maybe a little twist on it. I want it to be pretty pure. It's not going to have tons of skits and stuff like that. It's like we did with the actual, like, proper Football Manager that doesn't take me all day to do and stuff like that. But let me know if there's any ideas for little teams that you want me to try out, or maybe databases that we could download. Good databases. I haven't really messed about with too many extended databases. So let me know what the best tier 10 English one is or whatever. But yeah, let me know any ideas for teams. It's going to be good. Right. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for support as always. Have a wonderful evening. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.